The psychology of blame, a fascinating topic indeed. It's quite common for people to engage in a little narrative rewriting to suit their needs. Now, when we talk about blame, we're referring to the act of assigning responsibility or fault for something that has happened. It's a way for individuals to make sense of the world and protect their own self image. You see, when something goes wrong, it's natural for us to seek out someone or something to hold responsible. It's like our very own detective game, where we try to uncover the culprit behind a misfortune. But here's the thing: sometimes, rather than accepting our own role in a situation, we tend to rewrite the narrative to shift the blame onto others or external factors. Let's think of it as a classic whodunit mystery. Imagine you're at a dinner party and suddenly a cake mysteriously disappears from the kitchen. Now, instead of admitting that you were the one who devoured the delicious treat, you might start pointing fingers at the other guests, blaming them for the cake's vanishing act. It's a way to protect yourself from feeling guilty or facing any consequences. Now, this tendency to rewrite the narrative can have quite an effect on our mental health. When we consistently avoid taking responsibility and instead place blame elsewhere, it can prevent us from growing and learning from our mistakes. It becomes a habit, a pattern of behavior that hinders our personal development. Think of it like a broken record playing the same tune over and over again. If we constantly shift the blame, we miss out on the opportunity to reflect on our actions and make positive changes. It can lead to feelings of resentment, defensiveness, and even a lack of accountability. But the impact of blame doesn't stop there, my friend. It ripples out into our relationships and society as a whole. Imagine a group of friends who constantly blame each other for their collective failures. Instead of supporting one another and finding solutions, they get caught up in a never-ending cycle of finger-pointing. It erodes trust, creates tension, and can ultimately break the bonds of friendship. On a larger scale, think about how blame operates in society. When leaders or institutions engage in narrative rewriting to avoid taking responsibility for their actions, it can breed a culture of mistrust and cynicism. People start questioning the integrity of those in power, and the fabric of society begins to fray. So, my dear friend, the psychology of blame and the act of rewriting the narrative can have profound effects on our mental health, personal relationships, and society as a whole. It's important for us to be aware of this tendency and strive to take responsibility for our actions. After all, growth and progress come from owning up to our mistakes and working towards a better future.